Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be jumping in and creating ourselves a mob spawner that we can control. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today I went ahead and removed my quarry. Just to go ahead and get started, I kind of moved my quarry. I have all of my materials here, and I've been working on getting them nice and processed. I went ahead and switched these to storage crates. So I'm just going through slowly but surely, kind of getting these things situated, making sure this, of course, has enough power, making sure we have all our materials out. But what I want to do today is I want to take this. Of course, we still have this storage container here. I need to get most of these materials that we have in there out and inside our main storage, which can be a little bit more tedious than it looks. You know, if you scroll over and you see it doesn't automatically update, that's probably because it's got some kind of delay going on. I have noticed there's a bit of delay whenever putting items in the storage system, but like I said, eventually we're going to be removing the storage system anyways, so just kind of ignore that. What we're going to do is we're going to move this into the Nether, right? So yeah, we are going to quarry out the Nether. It sounds like a crazy thing to do, but believe me, it is going to be well worth it, at least for right now. It's going to get us some material like soul sand and things like that in large quantities, which is going to be a necessity for us. So let's go ahead and grab our things. I went ahead and made sure this was nice and fully charged up. I do have my quarry card. Now, I don't want my quarry card to be set to clearing, I don't think. You know what? Yeah, let's leave it to clearing. Might as well. It doesn't really bother me too much. We'll have a better chance, I guess, of getting gas to spawn that way. Also, I wanted to show you this. I plan on getting a actual mob spawner setup going. And so I went ahead and built a room that is a 9x9 area, which is the exact size that we're going to need for a mob spawner. And I don't know if I'm going to go with Ender IO. I don't know if I'm going to go with a Resturb spawner. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I think Resturb spawners overall will probably be the best thing to do. I don't know. Like I said, we'll figure it out. We can probably start off slow, and we might do Ender IO first. There's a lot of steps that we have to take to do Ender IO, but it is still a neat process. So, hey, look, we got a new moon going on. So let's go ahead and hop in here, and let's make sure before I go in there, we have a lever. We should have power. So we have our size, we have our builder, we have our power, we have our storage medium, and we have our lever. We should have everything we need. Let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll meet you guys there. So first things first, we need to figure out where we want to quarry. We do have lots of options. Of course, we have this guy, but that's going to create a giant mess. And I'm trying to figure out if I should just quarry this area out here. Quarrying the ceiling or whatever I need to do. I need to find a better place to do this. We might even be able to quarry into this wall over here, and that would give us a nice little access port, at least, to be able to see how far this actually goes in this direction. So let's see. And I don't think we need to chunk load. As long as the builder is chunk loaded, we shouldn't have to chunk load anything else, because the builder by default on its configs will chunk load the area that it's currently mining in. So that's why sometimes the builder can be a little bit of a problem on servers, but especially when there's a bunch of them going. All right, let's go ahead and place this down. We'll start over here. This seems like a pretty decent area. We'll start over in this way. Now, I do know there is a fortress over here somewhere. So I think it's out that direction. So we need to keep that in mind as well. Let's go ahead and place everything down. And then let's go ahead and get our shape card started and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and set my size real quick. And then we can go ahead and start to kind of dabble with this a bit. So our current size here is an offset. The offset from the builder itself. So right now, if I put this in, it's going to just be this little area. I want to make that a little bit wider in that direction. So to do that, this will make it taller. I think this one will make it wider. So we'll do like 15 in that direction. But if we do the 15, we need to make sure that we change the offset. And we also make that -17. So add the -2 to that. That should put us where we... Actually, that probably put us back to... Let's take a look at this again. Let's just do -15. Oh, maybe not. Interesting. I'm kind of worried that this might have changed. Not enough room, or not. Well, that's not true because it is there. Okay. So let's try this again. I'm gonna pull this card out. I'm gonna set the location. First location here. Second location can be here, right? So let's see what this is going to do for us. So we should be able to, if we change the offset, that's going to change it. Let's set this to like 15, like I said. Place it in there. Okay. That's because it put it on us. There we go. Now we can see this thing. Alright, so we definitely need to scoot this back a few. Let's try 5. Let's see what direction that pushes it. So it pushes it that way. So if we take this and we go -5, that should scoot it back even more. And we can go -8. Let's go -10. Perfect. There's almost right where we need it. -9. There we go, -9. Alright, so let's just go ahead and turn this thing on. Let's make sure our card should be automatically set. Yes, it's automatically set to get rid of netherrack and it to be ore dictionary. Let's hope that it counts for like this type of netherrack. It should. It should account for that. And let's go ahead and flip this on. Should clear this out, and if there's any ore, it's going to pick it up. And you can already see that there's actually plenty of ore in here that we're going to be getting. I just want to see what this looks like when it gets cleared out. Of course, you're going to need to keep a lookout. Lava is another thing that will pour out of here that you definitely don't want to deal with. I wonder if we can get over here and... Nope. You can't see it just yet. But eventually we'll start to see it. Yeah, there it goes. Start to clear out. And you can see the lava there. Lava is a deal. Is a thing you have to deal with. And these guys just come out of the ground. But yeah, there we go. Looky there. Hey, looky there. We uncovered some amethyst ore. That's kind of a rare ore. And let's take a look in here. So we already have cobalt and ironite. Man, this is going to be an easy way to get all this stuff. But this is how I want to set up the quarry. Except I want to do this on a much larger scale. So from here, I can kind of get a better view of how everything is going to look. So what I should be able to do now, turn this off. Let's take a look here. Let's change this to 125. Well, we can actually do 256 and then split 256 right down the middle. Well, actually, we need to find out what our Y level is currently. Our current height is 102. So we'll take 256. We're at 102. So I'll set this at -154. That should split that and put that where we need it. And then I guess we can expand this. Instead of 15, we can do like 25. Let's see. And then we can change our offset. We'll try 15 for right now. And see how that works. The 30, let's set that 32. We'll change it to 18. We'll see what this looks like. Let's go ahead and test this out. By the way, the builder will not will not hurt itself. It'll actually keep a 3-block space around it safe from itself, so you won't have to worry about that. Alright, let's see if we can't see this thing. Apparently not. Apparently we're not going to be able to see it. I wonder if that's because of the 256 that we have set up. And we changed this significantly. Now, if we went, we could have this replace everything with, we won't get all the lava stuff. We could replace this with, dirt, which would probably be a better option. To be honest, it probably would be a lot better of an option. Can we go ahead and do like a -10 again? Still don't know why we're not seeing it. We should see a border. Anyways, let's go ahead and pull this out. I'll just reset completely. We'll start here. I'll be able to jump over into this corner. There we go. And we'll just change how this thing is set up. So 150. Let's put that in there. We can see it. And I'm just going to go ahead, I guess, and start this. That'll at least get us a start, right? Let me turn that off. And that'll just, I mean, that'll give us some resources. Now, I really do need a bit of soul sand. That would be nice. I'm probably just going to mine some of this up by hand for right now. But I will need some of this, some more of this later on. I'm hoping maybe we'll gather some soul sand as we go, but really I want some ironite, cobalt, and some of the other materials that this generates. So, that's our quarry in the Nether. It should be able to maintain itself. Look there. That is scary when you see the Nether just falling out from underneath you. Oh, it looks like it took out the lava. So it completely removed the lava, and I've avoided it off. So we really shouldn't have to worry about floating lava, which is a good thing. So another reason that I want to mine out this area is because this is one of the areas we can get prosperity shards. And if we want to do anything with mystical agriculture, we're going to need prosperity shards in some form or fashion. This isn't the only way we're going to be able to generate them, but this definitely says that prosperity shards exist in this dimension. You can see right here when we look at where to get prosperity ore, you can see right here in this one is the Nether. And you can see it does spawn in spikes in random locations. When it comes to like this one, we should be able to also get it from the environmental controllers and such, and also the industrial foregoing lasers. But I do plan on making the industrial foregoing laser and getting into the environmental stuff later on. But you also see that it doesn't spawn in the world. The only way to get it is through this method, right? Is through using some of these ore generators, as they call them. So you're kind of stuck without that. If we take a look, boy, we have some silverfish and everything spawning down there. Man, this is doing a really good job. I'm not gonna lie, this is doing phenomenal work. Look at this. But yeah, I'm hoping to see some prosperity shards at least some point as this is mining. That's my hope anyways. But that's something that I'm going to work on later on down the road. Today, I also want to work on a few other things. So let's go ahead and start work on getting ourselves the spawner set up from Ender.io. And the reason I want to start with this is so that way I can also explain the different methods that you can use to spawn in mobs. There are several different ways. I went ahead and shut off both my mob spawners here. They're at the point where we are running out of storage space for the items that are in our storage. And we still need to figure out a routing system for all that. I just haven't done it yet. So let's go ahead and talk about how we're going to gather up wither skeleton skulls. And that's going to be one of the main things we're going to focus on. So we are going to need we're going to need to, I guess, get into Ender.io first. We're going to need a glass vial. The vial is going to be used to capture a wither skeleton. We're going to capture that wither skeleton in the Nether. We are going to need some soul machine chassis. Let me go ahead and spit that out. And then we're going to need to jump into Ender.io. All right. So within Ender.io, we are going to need to make a slice and splice kind of first. It's one of the first things we're going to need. Of course, this is going to mess up all of our recipes here. So we're going to make sure we get all of this done first. We'll go ahead and split that up. And of course, we're gonna need more grains of infinity, right? Grains of infinity, I don't think there's any way to make this other than this way. What is this? Oh, that must be firewater. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know firewater actually works. But yeah, it looks like firewater sort of drains and loses its durability after a time. So, flint and steel. I'm going to go ahead and jump down. And I'm going to just, yeah, go down to bedrock, down to our area. And I'm going to farm up some more of this and get some more of the grains of infinity, and then I'll be back. All right, so after getting all that stuff, I should be ready to go now. All we got to do is convert these over. There we go. And this is just for the slice and splice. Now, we are going to need a mob head. And hopefully, yeah, it chooses a cheaper one. And we're also going to need ourselves some solarium. Went ahead and made a bunch of that up. And that should be just about it. Was it iron bars that we didn't have yet? Well, we're going to have them now. All right, so there's a slice and splice. A slice and splice is going to need shears. And it's also going to need an axe. Just a good old regular axe will work. It's usually what I go with. I never run out of durability on these tools. Inside the slice and splice. Or slice and splice. Wow. I can talk today. Go ahead and place that down. Get our tools in there. And then we'll also need a capacitor. Of course, this is, I think a basic one will work for now. We don't need this to be fast or anything. It just needs to get the oddball jobs done. So, soul binder is the other one we're going to need. This is just going to require a bunch of mob heads of different types. Enderman head we do have in our mob farm, so we should be good there. That is one that is usually pretty tough to get. We do have a couple of them, so we're safe on that front. Alright, so there's a soul binder. The soul binder is what we're going to use to combine our soul vial with our spawner to make to change the spawner type is really what it's for. For this one, we're also going to need a capacitor. I might actually want to upgrade this to this one, simply because this does use a lot of power for the processes. And we still have to go grab our wither skeleton. And then last but not least is this guy, and this is where we're going to use that logic. This is where we're going to use our slice and splice. So let's go ahead and make some of these. This is going to require some vibrant alloy. We need to make that. To make vibrant alloy, we need energetic, which is right here. And we're going to need ender pearls. So let's go ahead and make, I don't know, 8 of them for now. That should work. And of course, we can split that in there. And that's going to get some of those made. That's going to make enough crystals. Let's go ahead and focus on our slice and splice. So we're going to need a Z-Logic controller, some silicon, redstone, zombie head, and solarium. So, solarium, that was silicon, and then we also needed a zombie head and redstone. So these kind of shifts into a place as long as you are giving it the right items. Let's find a zombie head, and it does have to be a zombie head. Keep that in mind. So I should be able to head over here, and these have some really cool animations, by the way. So it's going to start doing its process, and look at this. Yeah. You know what? I thought it was green, but that is normal blood. That's kind of hilarious, actually. This one also has a really cool animation. So, with all that being said and done, we have our logic controller, which should give us the ability to make everything else. Let's take our vibrant. We need 2 of those converted, because we just need to make 2 of these. And I think that was a zombie head, but I think it will use anything, including skeleton. And there's our powered spawner. So the only thing left to do is to get our spawner that we have, which is a broken spawner. And keep in mind that we broke this a while back ago. But this guy right here is going to be very helpful. This is what we're going to use to combine with wither. So let's go capture wither. inside of our jar and combined it with that spawner to change what type of spawner it is. So you can see I've changed this a little bit. I gotta have myself a little bit of a step to get up. But right here is exactly what we want. Voila, he's captured. Ready to go. So with this ready to go, all we gotta do is pop this in a soul binder. We put this here and this here. This is going to ask for 8 levels of experience. In order to do this, we are going to use our player experience, and thus the process is going to begin. And this is one cool looking process that is going on here. Look at that. It's like spinning. Makes a really weird like rock on rock grinding sound. But yeah, it is going to take a lot of power and it's going to take a lot of time. So I'll be back once this is finished. This is, yeah, one of the later game things, but for right now you can see it's definitely struggling with power. But it will get power soon. Actually, we could probably help it along. For power, we're still going to need to make our RF tools power that we were using cross-dimensionally for the power cell. I'm going to be using this as well. So let's grab some quartz. This is what I'm going to be using to actually power this thing. That still should have only... Yeah, they only gave me a few. So there we go. So I think I have all of this. I have everything but the machine frame. I always run out of these. There we go. And then we also need the link card. Link card, this guy. And of course I'm out of gold nuggets. And voila. Alright, let's go ahead and link this up. So we are going to throw that inside here. We're going to link that. Now it's linked to 4. And we're going to place this downstairs because this is where everything is going to be connected. But I'm going to go ahead and use this first to provide this with the power that it's needing. And that should speed it along, hopefully. I mean, this is out of power right now, but I'm going to turn my Quarry off here in a little bit. And we're going to make sure everything's shut down. Let's see. Let's put that in here. It's got power. Oh, it looks like we don't even have to worry about it because the power is already ready to go. We're going to set this to send energy. There we go. There we go. Now it's got the power and it can finish its job. So as of right now, this process is nice and complete. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Pull this out as well. This is the wither skeleton. You can see it's bound to this spawner now. It's still a broken spawner, so that's what this powered spawner is for, is to give it housing. Then we can take our vial out as well. Not necessary, but we're going to go ahead and take that out. Also, let's go ahead and grab a lever. Looks like we need to make one. And I'm also going to try this out as well. This is the remote lever. Just require a button and a stone slab. Very simple. And this is going to allow me to toggle this on and off without me actually being inside the area. So that's going to be kind of cool. We get to try this out. I've not actually used this before, so it's going to be kind of interesting. All right, let's go ahead and place this. This is going to go... The main spawner is actually going to go here. Let's go ahead and place the powered spawner. It's going to go right here. If I can place it there. Can't spawn, cannot spawn nothing. Oh, we need to combine this, don't we? Wait, I thought you just placed it inside. Combine with a broken spawner and an anvil. Oh, okay, we have to use an anvil. Okay. So, let's go ahead and make an anvil. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. It's been a bit. Couple of iron blocks. Now that I see that it requires an anvil, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. There we go. 16 experience, but now this is a powered spawner with that in there. And there we go. So that's placed, so that's ready to go. Up here, of course, is going to be our power. Let's make sure this is set to activate with signal, right? And we can change the spawn. We can set it to capture as well. That's interesting. So we can set it to capture wither skeletons in a vial. It does need a capacitor to work, so it won't work yet. Then the spawn range, of course, is going to be the size of a normal spawner. Got to keep that in mind as well. We can configure it, but that's not going to be necessary. Okay. Last but not least, let's jump up and give it some power. So that's ready to go. Send energy to all sides. We just got to get a capacitor in here, and then we're ready to go. So lever, place you. I thought you could place it. Yeah, there we go. And then apparently this says you can shift right click on it to bind. And look at that. You can toggle this on and off with this, and apparently this works cross-dimensionally as well. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. By the way, right now I have a augment in here that's giving this a 3x3, so I'm holding shift to only mine 1x1. Otherwise I would mine in a 3x3 area if I wasn't doing that. Okay, so dark. First of all, let's get capacitor. And I think I might as well just upgrade this to the top tier one. Correct? We might as well, so I'm going to need 2 double. And then one of these fellas. Which I think we're out of glowstone, but I guess we're going to go with the double for right now. I'm out of glowstone, so I think glowstone will be in my other chest, but for right now, that's all I got. Place that there, and then we just need to close this up. I can also remove the torches. Now keep in mind, normal mobs will probably still spawn in here, but mostly it should be wither skeletons spawning. I don't know if this ignores light level or not. Don't know. There we go, that's all closed up. And what we should be able to do is toggle that on. And that should spawn wither skeletons. Should anyways. I don't know why it fires on and then fires off. Oh, it's got a timer. Okay. So yes, it will work. It's just on that slow capacitor. Maybe. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. See, it doesn't need any light. And you can see it is spawning a good amount of them, and it will continue to spawn them. Oh, he's got an ender sword. That's interesting. So yeah, all we gotta do now is basically take this guy that I've been using, and we're gonna swap this over here. I still need a storage container, so let's get a crate. What was this? Chests? There we go. So that should work. And we can just set this back up. Give this a little bit of power. I think I was using a GPS for this. So if we go back down here, we'll be able to pull the GPS out that says it's hooked to nothing. Air. This one right here. So that's the one that was connected to something but is no longer. And if we connect it to this, well, that'll just give it power and it'll start the process up. And that should be, I think we have to upgrade this a little bit, because I don't think this has the proper upgrades in it. Throw this. Yeah, this range upgrade is not big enough for the area. We definitely need to make sure this is big enough for the area, but currently it's not. Yeah, you can see all the stuff we're going to be getting. Now, I don't think I want to use this mob crusher for this particular adventure. There are other mob crusher or mob utilities that I think might work a little bit better, at least in this case. So that way we get mob heads, but for right now this is going to work. We can give this fortune, which is going to help us get mob heads, but still there are other options that we can use. But right now this would work. So guys, this is how you technically set up a mob spawner. I do need to kind of jump in here and see why this isn't spawning as fast? Is it because it's not being powered fully? I'm trying to see that here. And I'm wondering why that is not getting any power. It should have some power. So that's still powered. Is it because it was filling this? No. Unless it was because of our mob farm, or because of our quarry. But I'm pretty sure I went back and noticed that the quarry was not still running. Unless this just requires that much power. Maybe we're just not producing enough for the required amount. I see it doesn't actually specify how much it's requiring, does it? It doesn't. But I know it does require a lot of power, and so that's probably why it's just taking so long. That's why I'm probably going to eventually go with the resturb spawner. I think that's going to be the best option, as that one doesn't require power and is very, very powerful. But I wanted to kind of, you know, show the less OP way of doing it by doing that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also this video, guys, hey, huge thumbs up. I really appreciate all the likes and comments everybody has been giving. It's been absolutely amazing. You guys have been wonderful. Guys, I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.